Hello and welcome, bookworms. Welcome to this week's episode of The Contented Narrative. This is another folio society. Again, gold edging down one side. It's called Circe. I really should have bought Achilles first, but Circe was calling out to me. And again, like the Lollipop Man, I can't remember. I mean, I filmed it about an hour ago, like at my time, but how many weeks ago it was in regards to releasing the videos, God knows, can't remember. But I got this because it was a leaving gift from a very close friend of mine called Danny, and he was very sweet, and he got me this as a leaving gift, and it was like, honestly, could not thank him enough. It is absolutely stunning. I mean, again, the artwork in a folio society, the workmanship, it's just stunning. Now, I will admit, sort of like before I started reading Circe, I never really knew much about her character apart from and honestly, leave below in the comments if you guys are like this as well, but from Epic the Musical. Literally the only reason I know about Circe is from Epic the Musical. I'm not gonna lie. Jorge, like your musical ballads were beautiful. I love them. I love listening to them. But I loved this because it kind of, so in Epic the Musical, you kind of get like a one little thing of when she's dealing with Odysseus, and she's like, oh, I've turned your men into pigs, you know, and then they have like a little battle of the wills, and then he goes off and it's fine. But this book is more sort of like in depth, and I loved it. So it sort of starts off with her being born, and realizing that actually, like, she's born of an Atlantean. She's born of, you know, a Titan, sorry. But the Greek gods have taken over, so Zeus's lot have taken over. So her dad is kind of like playing both sides, as it were, and she kind of realizes that she's going to be left to her own devices. Her sisters don't like her. Her brother don't like. She thinks her brother likes her, and then turns out he doesn't. She makes friends with a mortal and thinks, oh, he's my one and only. Makes him become immortal and a god, and then he just dumps her, moves on. So she's got a little bit of a tragic backstory, but what I love about her is she just kind of like rolls up her sleeves and just carries on. Now her bit with Odysseus in this book is a lot longer than a couple of songs on a epic. But like what I love about this one is like she learns to become a witch. She learns what to do. But she's so very human in what she does, despite the fact that she is a goddess. And there's like a whole bit where she becomes pregnant, and like Athena's like, I want to kill your kid because your kid's going to cause a problem. And she's like, no, you're not killing my kid. And then Athena's like, I can give you a better kid. Like, you know, your other kid will be fine, will want for nothing. But this one I need to kill. And Circe's like, absolutely not. And then she goes all like mama bear. But then it deals with the fact that, and again, you don't really see this as much, you don't really read about it as much in books. You are starting to see it more in TV shows and films, which is really good, and it's not as villainized as it used to be. But motherhood is hard, and yeah, I've not been through it. I'm not gonna turn around and be like, yeah, I gave, but like, no, I've not got kids. But motherhood is hard. You stop being a person, you stop being your own person, you become a mother. You've got to look after this child. And she basically is like, in this book, oh, sorry, I said it's about Madeline Miller as well. I'm sorry about that. But basically in this book, like, she becomes the mom. She's like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why is this child not loving me? Why is it not reacting this way? Why is it screaming at all hours? Like, what am I doing wrong? Why isn't my love enough? And I love that. I love that bit of it because it felt so human. It felt so real. And I love the portrayal of Circe. I love how her story ends up. I love, you know, what she becomes. I love sort of like every bit of it. And it was such an enjoyable book, and it was so good. And I love the reimagining of the stories. I love the reimagining of the Greek tales. And again, I didn't know much about her. I genuinely didn't. And again, you can tell 1,001 stories of Greek gods, goddesses, Atlantean gods, goddesses, Roman gods, goddesses, like Egyptian, like all the different deities throughout all the different years. And it's all just going to be your interpretation of that story. And I think this was a very good interpretation of that story, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I would definitely say, and again, if you can get a Folio Society, get a Folio Society. If you can get yourself a Danny in your life to get you a Folio Society, do that. But otherwise, you know, buy it paperback, hardback, any way you want to do it, audiobook, whatever you want to do. But I would definitely say read this book. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you for the climbing subscribers. And remember to always keep it content.